to make sure I act.
Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey, everybody. How you doing? We got super chats already. Let's see. Chris Singleton said Travis Rudolph found not guilty on all charges. Happy healthy birthday. Yes, I saw earlier today that it is not guilty. We're going to talk about that another time because I'm happy that he walks free. I'm not happy that Dominique is free. She need to be brought up on charges. Somebody need to sue her or send her through something because it's not sitting well in my spirit that she gets to walk. Thank you, Beth Shua. Say happy belated birthday. Today is my birthday. I'm giving to a worthy cause. Oh, thank you so much, sweetheart. Happy birthday to everybody that had a birthday. Thank you, Frederick. Say Travis Rudolph not guilty on all charges. That's awesome. Thank you, Theo. Thank you so much. My speaker's doing me bad again. You know what? I might have to do a little something because if they're going to do that to me, hold on 1 second. Yeah, the speakers are finna do something stupid. Okay. Give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Everybody make sure they can hear me. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. I'm pretty sure that you can, but sometimes I need to do a little refresh so that my speakers can do what they need to do. You know what? I'm gonna get rid of that little program. I know exactly what makes my speakers do that. And I'm gonna get rid of that little program because it just needs to happen. Because we got something that we need to talk about that is of great importance today. All right, great. Everybody can hear me. That's awesome. Somebody said that big head grizzly bear heifer need to catch charges. Not a grizzly bear. Not a grizzly bear. Okay. Did I thank Theo? Oh, yeah. I thanked you, Theo, but now I can give you your applause that you owed. All right. Awesome. 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 Okay. So, what I want to talk about, I would talk about the Travis thing. We're going to talk about that probably tomorrow because I want to unpack some things from that. But to note, I thought that his defense attorney did a really good job on the closing arguments. The closing arguments were key, in my opinion, because the prosecution's closing argument, girl, if you don't get that 1999, are you out of your mind? Shiny, sensational wig off the courtroom floor, girl. Don't nobody want to hear that closing argument. No hell had it closing argument. Because she got all off into whether or not he was cheating. Girl, that is a whole married hyena when she was trying to be with Travis. In any case, Winnie the Pooh won the case for Travis. I'm gonna tell you that much. Winnie the Pooh getting up there, acting a fool with that female defense attorney. She won the case for Travis. Little do she know. Trying to have a smart mouth, messed around and found out. But enough about Travis Rudolph's trial. Let's get to what we actually want to talk about. Shout out to Phil from the Advice Show, because I'm going to play a clip that he is commenting on. I was unable to find the original clip TikTok where this actually comes from. So just giving credit to Phil and his platform. But we're going to play some clips. We're going to play that clip that he's commenting on. And it's a younger Black woman. She looked like she got a mental problem, if we just want to be honest. It looked like she you don't want to get her pregnant. You understand what I'm saying? You really don't want to, she one of them you don't want to have, you don't even really want to sleep with her. Mm-mm. She one of them. And you go to her house, ain't nothing in the kitchen but a half-eaten bag of 2-month-old Cool Ranch Doritos. That's in the refrigerator for whatever reason. She got one bottle of Sunny Delight. Don't nobody even drink that. But she got it. We don't know how she came by it. And it's ice in her freezer. It's been there for a while. One moment. Okay. Sorry about that. I'm having to take these extra important calls that I cannot, I can't ignore them. But it's Sunny D and she got some. Okay, a half a pack of hot links, one hot link, and a red. It's actually red. So anyway, let me go. She ain't got no furniture. Mm-mm. She got a twin size air bed. It loses air every night. It loses air every night. It ain't got no internal pump. She got to go get the pump and put it on there. She used a bike pump. She used a bike pump. It's a bike pump. Mm-hmm. She wake up every day in the middle, sunk down in the middle of that twin air bed, and she just roll out of it onto the floor. Y'all know it costs just a little bit extra to get the one with the internal pump. She don't have that one. Okay, so let me go ahead. I am going to share the screen. And once again, shout out to Philip. We're going to take a listen to this foolishness. Okay.
To hear that's make and get a
Hey, white guys.
Now, I want y'all to peep the comment she's replying to. She must be always talking about black men and white men, because the comment that she is replying to says, "Where are all the white men you've been calling on? Ask them to help you out." So she must always be praising white men and downing black men, which we'll be able to hear. Now, before we continue on and allow her to speak, I want you to take a look at this female. She has a nose ring. She has 2 lip rings. Her weave is bad. The edges is bad. We're not sure what's going on where the part should be. And even though I can't see her background and I can't see the rest of her, she strike me as she don't like the hygiene is not where it should be. But okay.
Can you guys help? I don't know. There's a lot of black men out here who don't really care about their women, their children, building family structures.
and a lot of you don't care about your
Now, I'm not going to comment on Phil's commentary. We're going to comment only on what she is saying. Okay. This is divestiture talk. This is divestiture talk. Not house smelling like a rave fog. I'm not here with y'all today. Y'all Crimsonites is crazy. And I'm not here with y'all today with it. Mm-mm-mm. She's sitting up there finding a way to blame black men. Black men are not interested in building families or family structures or marriages. Now, with that being said, you're going to hear her talk about a little bit about her own situation. And I want you to hear the hypocrisy, the double talk, the delusion. This is why I think there's a little bit of mental stuff going on at play here. Thank you to Renzo. Say, hey, twin, hope you enjoyed your day as I mostly enjoyed it. I'm wearing 50 quite well, I must say. We run around here aging backwards. Mm-hmm. So we're going to go back. We're going to go back.
children. It really goes both ways. And a lot of you lay down and unfortunately produce children. 2-parent house. Response is protection. Care. You just have it to go, you want help from somebody. And then you tell us that's the kind of caliber you go lay down with. You. No man's.
I'm just trying to raise money to pay a lawyer and get a place for me and my children to be together. Place for here. I'm just trying to
Go find a daddy of that kid.
I'm just trying to raise money to pay a lawyer and get a place for me and my children to be together. Um, there's a lot of details, but white guys, are there anybody who want to help? Black men aren't man enough to fix their own community, so they're asking me to ask y'all to help me. I am.
So
So now, before we do this is a woman who is saying that she doesn't have custody, basically custody of her children. Okay. She's saying that she doesn't have custody of her children. That right now she's doesn't have children because they're not with her. Now, you know, you got to be raggedy. You got to be raggedy for your children not to be with you. As a woman in America's court system, the way in which family court is biased against Black women, against Black men and men in general, I know for a fact, thank you, Seeker of Truth. I know for a fact that you was being raggedy because I'm just looking for a place to stay so me and my kids can be together. Why? You apparently can't take care of them. Why do you want them with you? Sidebar. We're going to go on a little bit of a tangent because this is not what I want to talk about in terms of mothering children. But why is it that Black women want their children with them no matter what condition they in? Why y'all don't care about what these children go through? You going through the ringer in life, whether these are results of directly of your bad decisions or not. If you're going through the ringer, if you don't really have stability, if you don't have a stable place to be, a stable place to stay, food on the table, able to take care of the children that you unfortunately brought to this world in this unfortunate situation. Thank you, Miss Lou Casely. Why is it that you want your children with you? Why? You want them to suffer with you. You want the children to be with you so that you can take them through whatever you taking them through because you going through it. And if it has a negative outcome, you are going to blame the men that you didn't want to be a part of the children's lives to make their life better. In point of fact, you will do anything to prevent your children from going with their father, even if it is painfully obvious that the father is the better choice of home. He has better stability. He has more money. He has more of the means, and he has more patience with his children than you do. He's actually going to try to raise his children properly. You like for your kids to suffer. That's one thing I don't like about a lot of y'all hyenas. Y'all want y'all kids to suffer through whatever it is that you suffering through. You're broken and you like for your children to end up broken as well. You like breaking them. You like breaking them. Thank you, Supreme 10 says she's only using the children for a check from the state. You like breaking your kids. And that's the part that I can't respect about hyenas. Because you break your children on purpose. And it's a soft spot for me because having been a result of that and understanding the struggle of digging yourself out of the hole that your parents put you through because they wanted to be broken. They wanted to raise you in a broken environment and in a chaotic lost value system way. And then you have to figure out that you are messed up. And then you have to figure out how to get out of it. And it's a lot of trial and error attached to that. And you better hope that you don't end up falling into some devastating pit, some devastating pitfall that you really can't come out of. And therefore you end up in the generational trap and in the generational curse. You end up in it, regardless of the fact that you were trying to avoid it, but you don't know how to avoid it because the dysfunction is so heavy, you don't even know how to avoid the pitfall. Thank you, Jackson. Said my wife for 24 years left me and our 3 young sons, and I raised them alone while she ran the streets. Wow. First of all, congrats for raising your 3 young sons when their mother decided to hit the streets. And I'm sorry that your marriage didn't last and that she went to the streets. So you put it all on the shoulders of your children to figure out that there is a generational curse. And then once they figure that out, to figure out how to break a generational curse, what to do to get out of it. Meanwhile, y'all sit back and act like y'all have been the best mothers. And you have been the worst mothers ever. You have been the worst influence on them children. The father would have been better, but you were so busy in your ego. You were so busy in your feelings. You were so busy in your bag. Thank you, Jared. So I purchased your book last week. Hope it gets to me soon. I'm sending you this because I believe the book is worth much more. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, sweetheart. I sent out books before I left my home. I'm going to be back this weekend to my home. So anybody who ordered books over the past week, you'll be getting your book shipped out when I get back. So my apologies for that, but you will be getting them soon. And thank you so much, Jared. I would play it, but we got some video to play. So we're going to go back to Phil, and we're going to go back to this video. Let's keep going.
Wait a minute. Black men aren't.
See, I can't. Hold on.
Man enough to take you. Not man. Come along. Freaking off on you and your problem. Let's continue.
Single. I bring a lot to the table. My kid, I'm technically child free right now, trying to get the kids back. But if there's any single white guys out there,
come on now, dog. Come on, man.
You know how sorry you got to be to lose your kids as a woman? And you thinking, oh, well, the white dude won't see me coming. They see you coming too.
Who just want to help me out, who are looking for a good woman with a good heart, who is trying to get their kids back. Maybe you have some rental property that I can rent out. Let me know.
You say you bring something to the table. Yeah, you don't.
I'm actually going to stop it. I'm going to say something real quick, too. Thank you, HVAC said with the Travis Rudolph situation, he's done with black women here in the States. He'll never trust again over here, which is sad. Hyenas will ruin black women. They already did ruin our reputation. Already done. This is why I'm speaking out so loudly. And this is why I've been speaking out so loudly, because I'm going to say something. You can almost tell in this chick's eyes that it's something not right. And I'm not even really trying to be funny right now, but you know, when people eyes too far apart, it's just too much space in the middle somehow. And the way she keeps, see, this is a chick that you don't want to give her, you don't want to sleep with her. You don't want to sleep with her, especially if you are a man and you know You know what I'm saying? You got it going on in the bedroom. You don't want to get her none of that. You don't want to get her none of that. Because she going to go crazy. She the type of chick that want to check your phone the first time y'all see each other in person. So I'm just saying, I'm not saying everybody, but I'm saying it be the chicks with the eyes. It be in the eyes. The eyes is the window to the soul. But in any case, before I get into the true issue behind begging Zaddy, because there are a few issues that I want to talk about in this video that wasn't covered. There's the obvious thing that she's saying, but then there's the underlying understanding and mindset that she's actually displaying that a lot of Black women have. However, after these messages, we'll be right back.
Hello, my Crimsonites and all of my supporters. I invite you to go and get your copy of my new book, Reclaiming the Black Feminine, The Lies of Feminism and the Road to Recovery, on sale now at crimsoncure.com. This is guaranteed to change your perspective and positively impact your life. So go ahead now to crimsoncure.com and get your copy today.
All right, everybody. I cannot see how many people have liked, but I know I owe y'all a bam, 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 bam. You gotta hit the like button, bam, bam. You gotta because we got 894 people watching. I don't know how many people have hit the like button, but please go ahead and hit the like button if you have not. Like, share, subscribe to the channel also as well, okay? All right. So we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty about what's really happening here. First of all, we said that winter was coming. And a lot of Black women denied that. She didn't want to hear it. And for those who kind of felt like it might have been true, went right into a delusional world. About how they weren't going to have to deal with this so-called winter that was coming, that really is here. It's not even coming, it's here. It's actually here. With the level of inflation, the cost of living skyrocketing, the quality of the dollar plummeting, because we already know it's not backed by anything. So the value of the US dollar plummets. That's what happens in inflation. Dollar's not worth as much as it was before. The wages are not increasing. So we're talking about a recession. That's where we start seeing inflation, when the economy has a downturn. And if nothing else showed Black women the fragility of their jobs and things of that nature and being able to be quote unquote strong and independent, if nothing showed that to Black women, it should have been the shutdown during the pandemic, when many of them lost their jobs. And instead of getting together, getting themselves right, and getting under the cover of men who for the most part had jobs that were considered essential, so they were not furloughed necessarily. Instead of getting under the cover of men, that even if these men were furloughed or laid off of their jobs, two people in a household can manage together better than one woman alone, more likely than not with children that she's trying to raise, and then now trying to scam the state out of money. And I don't know how a lot of y'all couldn't make it anyway, because the unemployment that they was giving out during that time was way better than your basic unemployment check that they would give any other time, because your unemployment check that they would give you any other time is not equal to the check that you get when you working. They cut that. They give you a percentage of what you make, not what you make. But when they had the pandemic, they was giving over and above what you would actually make. Y'all took that money and got BBLs, tried to stunt on your baby daddies, and did God knows what else with the money, scammed for PPP loans without having no business. And now a bunch of y'all are having financial issues and getting evicted because the federal government don't play that. You think they not going to come back around during tax time to audit you? You don't think they're going to do that? You don't think they're going to follow up on PPP money? They know all y'all that filed that PPP loan do not have businesses, because if Negroes had businesses to that degree, you wouldn't be as collectively poor as y'all. So they know that it was a gang of you that was lying about the PPP money. And you don't think Uncle Sam, this is the same Zaddy that you begging. See, I'm not necessarily going off on a tangent. This is the same Zaddy that she's begging. The one that'll give you the PPP loan knowing you lying about it, and then come back and charge you up for lying about it. Instead of denying you the money to begin with, they let you have it. Because they know they're going to recoup that money from you. So when you go to file your taxes again, they're going to ask you about that PPP loan money. They're going to ask you about that. What did you do with the 30,000, 40,000, 20,000, 50,000? What'd you do with it? It become part of the income. What'd you do? That's because y'all don't even know how filing taxes work. When you start getting money that they find to be taxable income, now you have to answer what you did with that money. And if you can't come up with something reasonable on them tax papers about what happened to that money, and it looks stupid on each tax line, the math not mathing, they're gonna audit you. You immediately getting audited. Now they want you to chop off your right pinky toe and send it to them. Okay? So they can analyze the DNA. See, they want to know all that stuff now. Now they want to know everything. They want to know the last time you sneezed. Okay? Thank you, Original Man said the black woman ruined it, and that's why black men's options of the passport bros exist. They are fit, feminine, friendly for Zaddy, but combative, masculine, and entitled against us. KS warned them. Exactly. Thank you, Original Man. Thank you, ENYG. Man, say hello, Crimson Cure left you something on IG. When is your birthday again? Thank you. My birthday was yesterday, and thank you so incredibly much for your contribution. Thank you so much. Ty Boxing said during the pandemic, women got grace period, but after pandemic, all past and current monies due were resulting in evictions. Exactly, because y'all had those rent moratoriums. So let's see. You had PPP loans. Then you had unemployment. Then you had the regular stimulus check that they was giving everybody. Then you had rent moratoriums where the landlords could not put you out for not paying your rent. That is 4 different ways in which you could have utilized that money better than what you did. But no, you want to go and get the bad B outfit, the bad B costume. Be a badly done third world BBL. Veneers, because all y'all, I don't know what's up with y'all teeth. A bunch of fake label stuff, name brand clothes, shoes, whatever. You want to do girls trips down to Jamaica to get your back blown out. Like ain't nobody supposed to know that's what you down there doing. Okay? You going down to the DR to not only get the BBL, but before you get to the appointment with the BBL, you down there trying to get your back blowed out in the DR. Y'all going to Turks and Caicos, okay? Nobody's stupid. The same Zaddy that's coming back around to say, we skibbity pap you up. We know you lied about all that tax stuff and people, we auditing y'all, all y'all got to get out. Y'all living in y'all car, you got to get out. We not doing Section 8. Not doing them vouchers and all that. We not doing that no more. Okay? They are sitting in homeless shelters with Section 8 vouchers. They sitting in homeless shelters with active Section 8 vouchers. That used to never be heard of. That was unheard of. 10 years ago, that's unheard of. Okay? Thank you, Top Boxing said, with all the money they got, it was down payment on the house and they wasted it on things that had no value. Exactly. So y'all are sitting in shelters with Section 8 vouchers and can't find a place to stay because after the debacle of the rent moratoriums, landlords was like, nope, we're not doing it. No. You either gonna be able to pay market rent or you can't get the apartment. We're not doing y'all coming in here with your little grimlords tearing up the drywall. I don't know how y'all got them little kids in here tearing up sheetrock, but we're not going to have them doing it. Thank you, Veronica. Said happy belated birthday, sis. Keep up the wonderful work. I love you. Love you too, Miss Veronica. And thank you, sweetheart. Thank you, Keith. Said black women thought Zaddy would never cut that safety net. Oh, you thought he would never do it, but he told you that he was going to do that. The real issue is that the admission is coming along about what black women really think. Because if you listen to her, she hit you with the black men are not man enough to help the community and all of these sorts of things. Let's unpack that a little bit. Because what she did was she came back to Zaddy with the lie that he gave her decades ago about the lack of value of black men and how black men didn't build and how black men didn't make anything and how black men didn't do anything and how they don't create anything and how they don't, and all of these sorts of things, how they're just shiftless and no account. And they always have been, and they always will be, and you never will be able to count on Black men for anything. Okay? Thank you. Espase said you're gonna do an audio version of your book. I should do an audio version of the book. I have to get around to that. But it's not off the table. Okay? They're coming back with the lie that Zaddy gave them to tell them. And now Zaddy is giving them a side eye like, wait a minute, y'all actually believe that one? Because that's not actually true, but we just said that to y'all to get y'all to do our bidding, to get y'all to work in our favor to destroy the Black community. That's all that we were trying to get you to do. And we fed you any kind of lie that we could feed you that we thought that you could believe. So we gave you the lie of the unproductive Black man. We gave you the lie of the non-family oriented Black man. We gave you the lie of the monstrous Black man who would be predatory upon you and your children and be predatory in the communities and things of that nature. We fed you the line. Now you're coming back to believe it. And he's giving her a side eye because he knows it was a lie. Everything that Zaddy got that is of value came from Black men and the minds and the work and the sweat and the ingenuity of Black men. Okay? We're not even going to go back to the infrastructure. I was just listening to a video the other day that was talking about Black men's inventions. Things like potato chips. A whole Black man sliced the potato so thin and fried it up and put salt on it. And everybody can't get enough. The potato chip industry is worth billions of dollars. Thank you, Silver Fox said, funny during the pandemic as a healthcare worker, all the hyenas left my field to get all that Zaddy money. I stayed literally double my income. Now they're broke and I'm still near six figures. Make it make sense. Exactly, because they always looking for an easy way out. Listen, thank you, Miss 39 Dina. Thank you, A. Look, y'all should have been listening to the Rocky. Rocky is it 3? No, 4. Because he wanted to fight Drago after Drago killed Apollo Creed. And that's my jam. Listen, let me tell you something. Thank you, Kelvin Van, for your super sticker. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Ain't no easy way out. Y'all should know that. There's no easy way out. Hey, there's no shortcut home. Y'all, I be jamming the Rocky music. Don't even play with me. Told you, Rocky told you. Okay, in the early 90s. That there was no easy way out. And they left the jobs. The Black women who had jobs that were considered what's the word? Essential, like healthcare during a pandemic, left it to get the easy money. You shouldn't have done that. Because y'all so lazy. Y'all don't want to work. Because they doubled your work, but they were also doubling your pay. And you would have been able to remain at that pay after. Because y'all don't use or have any foresight. So you don't look at, let me go through this trial right now. Let me go through this sacrifice and this hardship right now to get to the easy part later. You always have to go to a hardship before you get to the easy part. You can't just jump to the easy part. So she's also talking about an open admission This was a mindset that belonged primarily to divestors. But what we see is that a lot of Black women actually have this mindset, even though they may or may not identify or even know what a divestor is. Okay. And this admission, this coming to white men to say, hey, can you help us, is tied to Black women's desire to be white women, or their desire to have white womanhood, their desire to be recognized as white. Black women want desperately to have a path to whiteness. Hate to break it to you. Anybody with melanin cannot have that path. The path to whiteness as a social construct can never be open to Black women because you're Black. I don't care how valley girl you put your voice on to be. I don't care what kind of fake submission and femininity you do. I don't care what you do. The path to whiteness and white femininity and white womanhood will never be open to you. You can't be Mrs. Cartwright. You can't. Because the people who make the rules about who's white and who's not are white people. And they only open that path to people who at least somewhat look like them, whether they share their culture or not. You got too much melanin. You can't be ingratiated into whiteness, or else what's the point? What's the point of being above Negroes as white people if Negroes can be white people? What's the point? If you could be Mrs. Cartwright, what was the point? Their power structure does not depend on helping you. The maintenance of the white supremacist power structure has everything to do with them upholding the so-called purity of their race on a genetic level. They will never come get you in droves. Do you understand that? No, you don't understand it. Because you keep crying. You keep crying to white men and Zaddy about coming to get you. He don't want you. The only womb that is sacred to him is white women's wombs. Thank you, New York Giant Man. That's okay. That's what it is. I'll be trying to make sense of it. Happy belated birthday. My apologies for being late. Oh, no, you have to be apologetic. And thank you so much, sweetheart. Thank you so much. See, that's a lot of folks' problem. A lot of Black folk probably don't understand the construct of whiteness. You don't know what white is. And study crying to try to be white, to try to get Mr. Cartwright to love you and want you and help you and be with you. That's not going to end up into nothing. Thank you, peacemakers, to tell that Candace Owens. You gonna listen, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that, because you're gonna get your exceptions that prove the rule. Unfortunately, with Miss Candace, I agree with Miss Candace when she talks against the feminist concept, feminist ideals, leftist ideals, all of this woke mess. Okay. I be agreeing with Candace when she talk about that, because most conservatives, Black and white, talk against those things. So I agree with it. But when you listen to Candace, when she's not talking about that, you can hear the white supremacy come out of her, because she's under white supremacy in her home. Her husband's white. And he's going to structure his home on the concept and the culture of whiteness, because that's the culture he knows. And that's the culture that he grew up in. So that's the culture that his children are going to have. And that is the culture that will be practiced in his household. Okay? There is a culture of whiteness. And her white husband is going to keep to that. He's not going to come to black culture. She don't even want. She left it to go to white culture. He's structuring his home the way in which he would structure his home if Candace were a white woman. She's not Mrs. Cartwright either, mind you. Okay? So she is under personal white supremacy, which brings me to my next point. This woman here that we looked at on this clip, the lady that we looked at on the clip here with Phil, is also expressing the concept that many Black women share, that they're better under white supremacy. Remember a while back, I did a video, or was it a live stream? Either way, about the tweet that one of the divestors had, which talked about being better under white supremacy. This is also a Cynthia G talking point, if I'm not mistaken, that Black women are actually better off under white supremacy than under the leadership of Black men. This is a sign, this is a symptom of that. This is part of that mindset. Hey, white man, hey, Mr. Cartwright, please come and get us. Because see, when they say we're better under white supremacy, they not only mean in society, Black women are better under white supremacy, they also mean personally, one-to-one in a romantic setting, they are also better under the patriarchy of white men, under the social, under the system, order, and structures of white men. That is what they mean. When they say Black women are better off under white supremacy, they mean that in a general sense, in terms of the environment and the society and the institution, but also personally. The problem is that Black men are now saying, you know what? Let me see you do it. Go ahead on. Nope, you don't need us. We're no account. We are lackluster as men. We don't have the masculinity. We don't have the provision. We don't have anything that women need in order to build families and communities and all this sort of thing. Fine. Okay. As Black men, we are so below par as men that you can't deal with us and you have to go to other men. Fine, we'll go to other women because other women actually see value in who we are as a group of men. See, the problem with that is that Black men are the only one messing with Black women. Black men is the only one that mess with Black women. Nobody else mess with Black women. And it is because of two things. The first issue is that Black women have a stereotype and a track record of being who we are. That's one. But the other more important part of that is that Black women fail to understand that other demographics of men are not checking for Black women, not only because of the perception of who Black women are in society and culturally and as women, but also they're not willing to abandon their own women for you. That's the most simplest part of it. They're not going to abandon their women for you. They're not going to leave their women uncovered in an economy that is on downturn with their children, with their communities, and their women. Whether those women are engaged in feminist concepts or not, these other groups of men, including white men and beyond, are not going to look at their women and see they women destitute to come get you. They're not going to do it. Because the preservation of his community and his family is paramount, not coming to get you. You don't play into that. They want children that look like them. All men who have children want children to be replicas of them. Their seed, their legacy, that's what they want. Thank you again, Original Man said Black women are fetishized and stereotyped due to mainstream and social media, so they have to snap out of that Olivia Pope fantasy. Thank you. Okay. And it's not that Black men don't have that same concern. Black men have the same concern that white men and Asian men and Hispanic men and Mexican men and all these other men have about their communities. Black men have that same thing. Know what the problem? Know what the difference is? Even if some of their women engage in some feminist things, women empowerment things and all that, they women gets in line. When it's time to get in line, when the writing is on the wall, then women fall in line. Most of them women fall in line. Only a few of them don't. And they get left behind. The difference is that it's the opposite for y'all. As Black women, the majority of y'all don't fall in line, and only a few do. So the majority that won't fall in line with a Black man because that's beneath you to do that, and you so caught up on, you pandering to Black men and Black male worship and blah, blah, blah. You so caught up in that foolishness that you can't see what the reality is. Y'all so busy trying to tell Black men to get off social media and get into the real world to see how women are. That's why they on social media, because they was in the real world to see how y'all. You need to get off social media and see what the world is doing. Because y'all the ones still caught up in that foolishness about who Black men are and who they not. He can't save you because you don't want to be saved. Black men cannot save you because you don't want to be saved. You don't want to be saved. You don't even like it. You don't like the concept of that. Because Black men, by and large, are beneath you, quote unquote. And going around being submissive to these other groups of men don't help you, because they're not willing to leave their women in the cold for you. So this is why y'all are really mad at passport bros and things of that nature, because If black men don't fool with you, ain't nobody gonna fool with you. The third part of that little equation is that other demographics of men see how you treat black men. They see that. They don't want that smoke. Because if you stab him in the back, they ain't got nothing coming. And they know that. They rather deal with the women they got. At least they understand them women. Thank you, your nosy French neighbor. Thank you so much. Them men not checking for y'all. These other men not coming to the rescue. So if you're gonna play the conditional femininity game and try to be feminine to get a man, you might as well do that and direct it towards black men, because these other men, it's just not enough of them to go around. See, that's the other trap of social media and thinking things are inclusive, because now y'all think that the world is inclusive and everybody thinks of everybody on equal or the same terms. No, they don't. People are still divided. People are still divided by tribe and culture and nationality and ethnicity. People will divide themselves along those lines. So when you get offline, skinning and grinning and hee-hawing with white men and Asian men and all these other men, just understand that when everybody log off, you still a negress to them. I don't care what kind of compliment he gave you in a chat room or a back chat or what. I don't care what he said. Ain't nobody proud to bring no black woman home to meet their mother. Anyway, thank you, James Baker said, wise lady. Thank you so much. Hopefully I did not miss too many super chats. I'm trying to go back and see. Oh, thank you, Nuruddin. Said Travis Rudolph not guilty on all counts. All right. Okay. I think I got everybody. Anyway, I just wanted to bring things to your attention. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming through and spending this afternoon with me. I'm going to cut this off and spend some time with my man. I had an awesome birthday yesterday, too. But anyway, just simple things, simple stuff. Simple stuff make me happy. But anyway, I ain't gonna get into that. I just wanted to touch base on this because I thought it was important. We're going to talk later on, maybe later on this week or next week. We're gonna start having a conversation about what white and black actually is, and institutionally and environmentally, because I don't think we know. I don't think black people really know or understand those concepts. But anyway, thank you once again for all of your wonderful super chats. Thank you for your cash apps or whatever that you have given. I greatly appreciate all of your participation. Thank you. Jeffrey said, happy belated birthday, good sis. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. I appreciate everyone. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you've not. Y'all, they playing with the plaque. When am I going to get my plaque? That's the part I want. I got the check mark. I want the plaque now. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Once again, Jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your host, The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.